Okay, I'm gonna start here. Okay, thank you everybody for joining us. It was kind of a last minute thing that Jill and I have been put together, and I know I just sent out details this week on this. But Jill is Jill Hopkins from Chyron. She's been with Chyron for about a year now, a little over a year. Uh, Continuing her career in broadcasting, Jill started working in production at television stations while in college. She was promoted to the TD director before changing her career path and decided to go work for sales and for AP and the ENPS, then Crispin. And now currently she's with Chyron. Jill's experience spans from technical support to managing a support team, and now she's doing sales. Without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to Jill. Jill has a small presentation, small video, and then her presentation. Jill, take it away.
Thanks, Mark. Yes, so the video we're going to show at first, make sure that I share the sound. It's a really good video of what we're doing today with Chyron Prime. All right, I just wanted to show that to you so you kind of get an idea of what we've done with our current Prime platform. So the Chyron Prime platform is our scalable and fully featured production engine. It helps to bridge our legacy workflows with the future of live content creation and distribution. So Prime was designed to have one place to go to design and to play out to fit any designer and operator's needs. We built the platform from the ground up. So we worked with key clients to gear it to what was needed in the industry then, and then also working to what we need in the future. Prime's versatile, it's versatile enough to be used at your large station groups, at networks, but then also at production studios, city government stations, and independent stations all throughout the world. The Prime Live platform offers the ability to run Prime graphics on-prem on a VM solution or in the cloud. So Prime is customizable, and it allows you or the stations to grow over time. We work with all the major protocols in the industry and have all-inclusive video standards. We support SDI, IP, NDI, H.264 stream signals. We have extensive video format support, device interoperability, and cloud-enabled environment. The Chyron Prime platform has done what I like to think of, taking what Chyron does best and what everybody thinks of what Chyron does well, and merged it into one engine, so one place to drive your shows. And this is our Prime platform. So the Prime platform, like I mentioned, has many different use cases. And you can use any of these and you're using one designer. So that's branding, clips, video walls, venue control, touchscreen graphics, VSAR, and switcher. Switcher is our newest one that we're introducing to the field that we're all really excited about as well. So let's go through each of those modules. Our graphics, authoring, playout, this is Prime. So like I mentioned, we offer one tool set. We just released version 4. And as we've grown the product, we've added tools and features that our customers have asked for, or things that we see that the industry needs. Some of the big ones are Photoshop and now After Effects import. So designers can design where they're comfortable in Adobe and then bring those graphics over into Prime. And then those graphics are then editable within Prime. So you can change the color of the graphic or the name on it, whatever you need to do. Or just bring them straight over from Adobe, whatever works best for the user. We offer unlimited layers for playout, and we have a very powerful data binding feature that I'll mention a couple times. It allows you to take data from a large number of sources and bind it to the graphic. So that data binding, it does automatic updates from files or feeds. You can also have a user update it. Prime is quick, easy to use, and it's made for the on-demand workflow and the hard use of live production. Our character generator, if you recall Lyric, that was our previous CG. We still have Lyric today, but we're moving further and further with Prime. Prime is where we're headed in the future. And Prime is built to be easy for any user to use. With the Prime platform, we also have a clips player. So the clip player offers your users, your operators, your editors, your producers, the ability to create animations, opens, even promos within Prime. So Prime allows you to add editable animated text and graphics to a single clip. The clips and assets are treated as layers. And so that offers the producer more flexibility in what they want to do with those clips on the air. We have a standard supportive codecs, and we also have watch folders. So watch folders, when media comes in, we transcode it automatically into Chyron's native format. And I'll play this video because I like this one. It shows an example of using clips in a real world example. Clips is really a great add-on product to one of our other Prime use cases, the CG, video wall, whatever it is else you're using. And then, like I mentioned, our most recent release of Prime includes the Prime switcher. So our Prime switcher is software-based and it runs on our Prime platform. So it's a 2ME switcher. It has 4 keyers and user-defined transitions. So users can create their own DB scenes within Prime. And Prime is actually, you have 2 channels of CG that's included with the switcher when you purchase a switcher. They can create media transitions, and that helps to really distinguish, your newscast from somebody else's next door. There's an audio mixer, and the audio mixer can mix your switcher graphics and the clip server. So we also offer a multiviewer, and the multiviewer offers live monitoring of the switcher from any location. So it's fully customizable per user for how they're comfortable with their workflow. And these panels are HTML5 based, so they do reproduce the switcher state in real time. And then we take the switcher, we take clips, and we take CG, and it turns it into a production suite. So we have essentially created a studio, a production studio here. So we combine all of these great features plus the audio mixing, and it's a full solution. So again, like I mentioned, you can run these products on the same platform, one piece of hardware, reducing your footprint, and allowing you to have a great production using the Prime platform. Everything is comfortable to the user because everything is on that one Prime platform that they're used to using. We also offer channel branding. So if you know of Chyron products in the past, you might know of Channelbox. Channelbox was our branding engine in the past, and Prime branding is our next step from that. It works seamlessly with our news ticker. Together, they have a very powerful play out of headlines, sports, closings, or as I like to say, openings, because sometimes that's more important, what's open than what's closed at the time. And, you know, weather reports, elections, what else did I mention? Social media, commentary, getting that in there. Just anything you need to do to get your branding out and on the air. I like this video because it gives you a little more perspective of what we can do. For example, like the Elbar here with some interactive things we did. And then also, you know, just the standard ticker that you're used to seeing, but also you can add your, you can monetize your ticker. So you can add sponsors on it, and these can be rotating, they can be automatically updating, and then you can also have somebody manually update them if you need to. Moving on to Prime Video Walls. Prime Video Walls is a very powerful part of Prime. You can synchronize unlimited pixels to multiple outputs. So you can deliver individual presentations or graphics to separate monitors, or you can span a graphic across, you know, multiple monitors. We have a sub-channel technology, and it allows clients to find custom sized areas of the output channel, and your graphics can be played in any position on the monitor at any time, on the wall at any time. With Prime Video Wall, you can host a large number of video sources. So if you have a need to bring in a lot of different inputs, you can do that. There's no need for a processor in between the Prime graphics and your wall. And of course, like everything else with Prime, it's flexible. So the system's flexible and works with our Prime platform. So that means you don't need a special operator or special designer who just knows how to run your video wall. If they know Prime, then they know how to use the video wall. And so that's just another video wall. And then we move into touchscreen. So touchscreen, you think, you know, moving into building your story and making your story more interactive for the viewer at home. Anchor or presenter, they can control what's going out. So they don't have to wait for the producer to change the screen. They have that control. Any gesture can be used. So whether it be touch or rotate, scale, drag, draw, whatever it is you're looking to do, you can do. It's very easy to set these things up in Prime and set that touch screen. We actually have a separate video that one of our designers did that steps you through exactly how to do it and kind of shows just how easy it is to design a touchscreen. And then touchscreen is also another great use case for the data binding. So it allows the designers to take that data and show real-time events occurring, whether it be elections, sports programming, used in your morning show, weather segments, anything else that it's needed for. Touchscreen also uses logic for the scenes. They're editable templates. So designers can configure assets and refresh up to the second based on the data feeds and the trigger controls. And augmented reality. So Prime VSAR is the term we're using for this because it's not just AR, it's also virtual set. We have taken our former Fresh product and adapted it to Prime, where now you can use native Prime scenes or you can integrate through the Unreal Engine. With Prime VSAR, we offer virtual sets and AR, and those, the sets, we have a offering for either track lists or tracking, depending on what your needs are for your set, how large you want to expand it. I like the fact that you can have a physical set and just add on to it with the virtual set, just to make your set look larger, or just looks like you have additional pieces to it. Prime VSAR is, it's 3D graphics rendering in real time is essentially what it is. And this is just another kind of example of what we're looking at here. But along with what Chyron's always tried to do, especially with Prime, easy to use tools, flexible play out for users so that they can very easily create their sets, create their augmented reality, and then get it to air. And I've gone through each of the modules now. I want to do a quick blurb on our academy. We released our Chyron Academy for training and learning how to use Prime last year. This is a great way for anybody to learn how to use the Prime system or just see it without having to do anything else. You can go sign up, log in to the system, and it walks you through how to use the Prime system. We have other products on there as well, but since we're focusing on Prime right now, it's kind of what I'm focusing on here. But it's great because you don't just do the training, you also get to have an offline designer. And the offline designer allows you or graphics operators, freelancers, students, anybody to be able to go in and actually create designs and create graphics using the Prime system. It's just in an offline version. So it's a really good product and a great thing, to try out. And finally, I want to talk about our Prime hardware. So our hardware is called the Prime platform, just like the software that runs on it. Our hardware allows you to run up to 4 channels on a single box. So we have up to 8 reconfigurable SDI ins and outs on the Matrox card. And that is using the LE4 card. And we have recently started selling the LE5 card, which allows you to run up to 2 channels of 4K out of one box. So it's very powerful what we're able to do today. And with the hardware itself, you can add on as needed for various use cases. If you're doing branding, we have bypass panels. If you need GPI, we have up to 16 GPI ports, and then of course AES as well. Let me see, for SDI and IP, we have standard video support. GPU allows for custom resolutions. GPU connectors are DisplayPort, and SDI is HDBaNC connectors. And then, of course, with anything, with the inputs on the card, if you have a need for a 2-channel system, but then you also want to have additional inputs, you can add those on to do double, triple boxes, whatever it is you need to do with your newscast or your production. So that is Prime. That is our Prime platform. And I just stopped sharing that. But I'm actually going to go back into that. I can figure out how. Bear with me. Here we go. And just pop up on this screen. Any questions on what I've just gone over?
So sorry if I missed this, but as far as like a cloud-based solution, do you work with AWS or do you host that yourselves? How does that work?
We do work with AWS. And I'm sorry I didn't mention that. I meant to. We work with AWS and then any other private cloud that you want to use. So that's the cloud solution comes from the user side.
Hey, Jill, I have a question.
Sure.
So everybody knows Chyron's pedigree for graphics and playout. How about, what can you tell us about switching? Isn't this a new endeavor for you guys?
It's brand new. Yes, it absolutely is. And it's something that we developed because we had a request for it. We had,
Jill, do you mind if I chime in? Jill?
Yeah.
It just, this is Greg. I work with Jill at Chyron. So the current version that Jill has presented today, the Prime Switcher is a new product, but it's based on 2 products that we have been selling for a while. First is based on a Prime platform that has been deployed on the field since 2016. And it's based also on the Vidigo product that used to be our software-based switcher solution that we were selling until 2020. And we decided, because we were facing some limitations in the technology that Vidigo was based on, we decided to implement the Prime switcher based on the Prime technology that is much more recent. So it's based on proven components.
Is anything else in the system? It's huge. I mean, you have all these components. Is anything else new to Chyron that we haven't seen before? I mean, audio, I would think is new, but is there anything else that you're newly introducing besides the switch?
I would say we have integrated into the Prime platform the AR and the SAR use cases. Previously, they were separate products in our lineup, and now they're in the same platform. The same thing is true for our products targeting arenas, Click Effects. So Click Effects has been sold to venues in the country for a very long time. But since 2018, I believe, we have changed the engine, the graphics engine underneath Click Effects to be Prime. So now it's just another use case of the Prime platform.
So what's the form factor like here? I mean, I've seen Chyron titling, and it's been in a scenario where you have a server for that. Do you use separate servers for each module or each section of Prime, or is there one big server that handles everything and you just license certain segments of it?
It is, so right now we sell Prime as a software by default, and we provide, if the clients require it, we will provide the hardware to run it on, and we'll size the hardware based on what you want to do with the system. You can definitely combine multiple use cases on one physical box, the main limitation will be if you want to use a certain number of SDI IOs or IP2110 IOs, we are limited by the number of cards you can put in a server. But we have, in the field, we have very frequently, we have systems that combine CG and touchscreen or CG and video wall. That this is very common.
Okay, and you mentioned limited by the number of SDI cards. Is this all 3G SDI, or are we talking about 4K capability?
It is right now in SDI. We are working with the Matrox LE4 and LE5 boards. So we do 3G SDI. You can do 4K and HDR if you quad these SDIs. And I believe in June, so next month, we should be releasing full support for the Matrox LE5 12G card.
Thank you.
Back to you, Jill.
Oh, thanks. Any other questions?
Yeah, I'm going to ask a question. How do you deal with the difference between the NDI, SMPTE2110, and SDI signals? And do you do anything other than the three? Do you use different Matrox cards, or how are you handling that?
Well, we're able to do that all with the standard Matrox cards that we provide. And Greg, if you want to expand on that.
Yeah. So the one combination that we cannot do on the same machine is IP2110 and SDI, because these require two different versions of the Matrox board. You have one Matrox 85 that does SDI and one that does IP2110. For NDI or for other transport streams, we do not require a card. It's through your IP connection. Ethernet cable. Does that answer the question? And we also do. We also support a number of streaming protocols like RTMP, SRT, that you can configure your inputs and outputs using these streaming protocols.
Yep, that answered the question for the most part. So you're taking the LE card out, and are you putting like the Myo card in, like the 3 and the 5? Is that what you're putting in?
No, for NDI we're not.
No, for SMPTE2110.
No, we're putting the LE Q25 or D25 card. That yeah. Matrox has a version of the LE5, the dedicated. That works with IP2110.
So is the Prime solution like an all or nothing platform, or does it play well with others if you just want to segment it into certain feature sets? And again, you may have said something about that and I missed it.
It absolutely plays well with others. So if you have a need for just branding or just CG, and you have another a switcher that's obviously not ours, we work with all the standard vendors in the industry. And if you like one company's CG interface, but you like ours with branding, we can do that. And,
okay.
Mix and match, and then totally customizable, whichever individual use case you want, we'll work with that.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, Greg, you're muted. Are you talking?
Sorry, yes. I was saying the best example of that is that we do support Rostock as a protocol to control our systems. So we're not trying to we're even supporting protocols developed by our competitors. We understand that some people might want to use our Chyron systems for a very specific use case and might want to use other brands, and we're fine with that.
Yep. Mark, anything else?
No. Does anybody else have any other questions? No, I think that's it. Jill, thanks for the excellent presentation. I appreciate that. A lot of information to take in on there, and interesting product. I like all the different pieces and parts to it on there. So it'd be interesting how it rolls out, and we'll see how your future with it. So I appreciate again your presentation. It was great, and thank you to everybody from SMPTE that came and watched. And this will be up. Jill's going to work with us, and I'm going to work with a couple of our members to get this put up on our YouTube channel as well.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Thanks for setting this up, Mark. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks, Jill. Thanks, Gregoire.
Thanks.
Bye.